Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2020, a voter education program brought to you by the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. Our hope is that these candidate interviews and profiles will help you, the voter, understand your choices when it comes to casting your ballot in the 2020 elections. While we can all agree that an informed candidate is important, we believe informed voters make all the difference. So we ask you to arm yourself with the information necessary to make an educated choice and to make casting your vote a priority, regardless of how you do it this year, mail-in or in person. Please visit shakopee.org to find out all of the information you'll need to know about the upcoming election, including polling places and times, and a link to the Secretary of State website for mail-in voting options. Hi, good morning. Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2020, a voter education program brought to you by the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. My name is Angie Whitcomb, and this morning I am joined by Scott County Commissioner Tom Wolf, who is seeking re-election in the 2020 election. Tom, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Why don't you give our audience a little bit of background and introduction?
Yeah, well, good morning, and thank you for having me today. Yeah, I'm Tom Wolf, Scott County Commissioner, District 2. I cover Spring Lake, Cedar Lake, Newmarket Township, and Credit River Township, and Elko Newmarket City, and Precinct 2 and 3 in Prior Lake. I'm married, have 4 boys, all out of high school, a couple in college. Live in Credit River Township. I grew up in Sand Creek Township. I've lived in Scott County nearly my entire life. I ran a successful financial advisor practice in Jordan for 12 years. I've been, like I said, commissioner for 3 terms, 11 years now, and board chair for 5 of those years. I've been on numerous committees, including the Emergency Service Board, Mosquito Control, Vermilion Water, Extension, Energy Policy Committee, Health and Human Services, I-35, a lot of committees, a lot of stuff. I'm also a board member at Minnesota Valley Electric. I'm, excuse me, well-connected, dedicated to the community, and have a passion for being involved in volunteering. Some of the organizations that I'm involved in are St. Michael's Church of Prior Lake, the Prior Lake Lions, the Chamber of Commerce, Knights of Columbus. I was the Grand Knight for 3 years. And I've coached and volunteered with PLAY for numerous years with all my kids. And I think I've coached over 1,000 kids through that, and soccer club and all that. So thank you.
You're welcome. So let's get right into the questions, Commissioner. What do you see as the most pressing issue in Scott County, and what are your thoughts on how to resolve them?
The pressing issues, first of all, the coronavirus and completely opening up. We're starting to try to, our courts are trying to open up. I just want to get businesses open to where restaurants and all the businesses can just get going just like they were going. You know, it's not fair to them, but that's the real pressing issue. Keeping our community safe is another pressing issue for us. I'm in contact with our Sheriff, Luke Hennon, on a regular basis, making sure they have the tools and resources to get the job done. Enhancing road safety and efficiency is a big deal to me. Getting people to work and back to home and to school and visiting their friends is something people expect, and they want the roads to be safe. They like them to be, you know, not bumpy and whatever. So I think we've done a good job with that. Also, saving and spending wisely. You know, since I've been here, we've looked at every department, and I continue to do that. We look, even now, we're looking at each department with this coronavirus and thinking we may get cut by the state of Minnesota. You know, maybe a little bit, maybe, you know, $4 or $5 million, and then somehow or another we got to come up with that because we have to balance our budget at the end of the year. So we're worried about that, but at the same time, you know, if we raise taxes, I always look out and, you know, my window out at the courthouse, and I see, you know, these little houses out there, and maybe a little old lady or old man live there. And what if I tax them an extra $1? Is that, you know, is that going to push them out of their house? And so you got to be real careful about, you know, taxing people too much. So, but yeah, keeping businesses open and getting this coronavirus is big deals. So thank you.
You're welcome. Next question. Do you believe that the county should make any changes to its allocation of resources to policing or mental health services?
No, I think we've been doing that for a while now, and we look at that all the time, and I think we're at a good spot right now. Health and Human Services people always say, let's cut something out of that, but we in the end we take care of a lot of people who could not or would not be taken care of otherwise, and so and a lot of that is mandated by the state, and so as people know, counties are a branch or an arm of the state, and so it's tough to cut that. But and the policing, we're gonna keep that up. We're not going to defund that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioner, what do you think are the responsibilities of the county as it relates to COVID-19?
Um, we've done what we can. This came up in one of my meetings with the administrator back in December, this coronavirus, and I had heard about it. I watch a lot of news. At the time, it's how big a deal is it? But and then in January, we started getting White House emails, saying, this thing is coming and be prepared. And of course, by beginning middle of March, it blew up, and
Yeah.
things were changing so quickly. In fact, I was giving a report. I had just got an email from our state people, and I went into the Elko New Market meeting and gave a report on what's going on. I got out, got another email, and everything I had just told them was all old news. So it just changed so quickly. But
Yeah.
we've done what we can, and we close things down, and we're doing everything we can according to the CDC guidelines to make, and so people get home safe every day. Everyone deserves to, whether it's our sheriff's deputies or Health and Human Services, any administration, anybody. They deserve to get home safe, and so do our clients and customers at Scott County. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Commissioner, what is the excuse me, what is the status of the relationship between Scott County and the individual cities within the county? And what will you do to build upon and strengthen these relationships?
Okay, I think the relationship is very good. We meet in what's called SCALE, Scott
Mhm.
County Association of Leadership and Efficiency. In fact, I just was on that meeting this morning from 7:30 to 9. It's every second Friday of the month. And so we meet, and the nicest thing about that committee was, going around and talking to the administrators or school people, whoever, or the mayors of different cities or whatever townships after the meeting. So we've kind of lost that since March. We've not really done that, and so that's
Yeah.
really a bad thing. But we still meet. I go to all my township meetings and city meetings of the 6 I represent. I go to them. Though I talk to the mayors of the 2 cities and the chairman of the townships, probably almost on a weekly basis all across the board. And I talk to others. I grew up with Tanya Velishik. I know Chris Meyer most of my life from Belle Plaine. So it's, having grown up here, I know a lot of these people, and so it's easier to deal with. It's not like the state of Minnesota where these people come from all over the place and they try to make everybody work together good. It's a little different thing, but some of the things that come out of those, as a matter of fact, is Prior Lake, the 21 and 13 roundabout. That had been talked about for 15 or 20 years, and we finally got that done this year. About 2 months ago, it opened up. Knock on wood, there hasn't been any accidents there, and people love it. There used to be stacks of 3 red light cycles to get through those lights, and now the wait time is normally less than 10 seconds, if any at all. So
Mhm.
that's that comes directly out of meeting with our administrators and our those leaders on a regular basis, and they all have my number. And yeah, they're not afraid to call me on a Friday or Saturday night or in the morning early by 2 a.m. if something's not done, plowed or whatever. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
So, Commissioner, as the Shakopee Chamber of Commerce, we are unapologetically pro-business and pro-Shakopee. And I realize you can't be pro-Shakopee only, but how is your agenda pro-business, and how does that differ from your opponents?
Okay, first of all, I don't know my opponent. I've never met her, or I don't, so I can't say good or bad.
Mhm.
But I do know I was a business owner here in Scott County. I had my own financial advisor practice right down on State Highway 21 in Jordan. And I located there because, boy, that's a busy road. There's, thousands of cars that go by there. And that's what businesses want. They want, easy available access to roads and make things easy for customers to get in or clients to get in. So I think that business is the core of what makes things go. Some people, think big business is bad, but in the end, everyone needs, should have a job, and that's how things go is trade. And that's the basic of human beings was trade. They started trading beaver pelts. They started welding. They started doing things. I look out in my neighborhood and I see down the road, I have a plumber that lives here, an electrician that lives here, a guy that sells cleaning right out of their houses. They're just small business people. And so we need those. Business is really important. And we need to have the transportation and infrastructure for them. And that helps both business and families. So thank you.
So to close it out here, Commissioner, take 30 seconds or so and do a closing statement and let the viewers at home know why they should reelect you in November.
Okay. Well, first of all, I have the time and the energy and experience to dedicate and address county matters personally. I've visited or contacted about 3,000 residents looking for help in resolving matters across my area and others. I'm present and actively engaged in representing the people of Scott County at the city, the township, and the state level in committee meetings and, just to further Scott County. I hold to my values and continue to look to make things work better and get the job done. I always tell people I like the job and I would love to continue. So thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioner, thank you for joining us today. And that wraps up this episode of Meet the Candidates 2020. You can log into shakopee.org for all election-related information and voting polls. Thank you for watching Meet the Candidates 2020, a voter education program brought to you by the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. Please visit our website at shakopee.org for all of the information you'll need to know leading up to the November 3rd election.